game on the defense. Matter of fact, this game on Dan Quinn. What's good, people? It's your boy, Mr. Rome, Cowboys Fan Talk, right back like I never left. What's up with y'all, man? How are y'all feeling? Me? I'm feeling okay. I know Sunday was a long day, long evening. But look, before we get into it, please hit the subscribe button. We are like 150 away from 23K. I'm trying to get there before Christmas. If you want to join the team, you want to join the cartel, hit the sub button, like, share. You know, trying to do my thing. I appreciate all the love and support. Yesterday I was talking about the defense. We was talking about, I asked if, we should put in a new linebacker, heavy set, heavy rotation, heavy look to our defense. Moving Micah back to linebacker, maybe running Rashawn Evans out there with him, just a heavier set of linebackers. Maybe finding a definitive heavy set middle package. And I know Hankins being out kind of hurts that because he's our number one, almost one tech. And that's fine. We got to find a counterpunch to if Hankins twists an ankle. We do. And maybe that's what they're trying to figure out. We've already clinched the playoffs, so we can't get knocked out. We're already in the wild card right now. Well, actually, we're in the second seed. But if Philly doesn't lose again, we'll just be back into the fifth seed, fifth, sixth, seventh. We're in the building. So right now, the coaches might just be trying to figure out things. Now, these are very important games, and I don't think we should squander them away by playing around. But all I'm saying is this game is on Dan Quinn. Dan Quinn, nobody else. Because Dan Quinn is the defensive guru. And I'm not downplaying his defensive prowess or his understanding of what to do. I'm saying that I want to see a better counterpunch last week than just being stubborn and realizing they're running at us heavy. We're just going to do what we do. Now, last week had a lot to do with effort. 12 broken tackles is wild. 2 or 3 because the back is running hard, I understand. 12 runs. He broke 12 tackles. That's unacceptable. That's unacceptable. Or not just he, but they. That's just no. So it's just effort improved. We can split that in half, even if they're running heavy at us. But I want to see better scheme. Football is a game of chess. And last week we was playing checkers. We was like, we're going to do this strategy and it don't matter. Now, we're not going to be signing anyone. I know y'all seen that Dominican Sue visited the Miami Dolphins. So that's out. Anybody that was thinking, maybe we'll go get Sue. We're not. We're not bringing any other linebackers outside of major injury concerns, knock on wood. We got to deal with what we got to deal with. So then you start saying, so what can we do with this personnel against a heavy set? Because we got what we got. I think that there's a way to attack things if you approach them properly. Listen, D-Law isn't the most oversized person, but D-Law was in the trenches making things happen. Not just off the edge, but just period. Sometimes it's about technique and effort. It ain't just about size. It ain't. Or everyone will go get the most oversized lineman. Sometimes it's about agility and just knowing how to shed blocks, scrape. Marquise Bell been undersized all year, and he been balling. Last week was not a game for him. Damone Clark, you need to be able to stick your head in there, pause a little bit. You know what I'm saying? You were getting blocked last week, but you weren't fighting to get off that block. Not like I know you could. Not like I know you can. And that's the thing. I'm looking at it like this. You know what I'm saying? Seriously. We've been running this undersized defense for years. The only major change right now is one player. One player. You sub out Leighton Vander Esch and you put in Marquise Bell. That's it. And not to be funny, Marquise Bell has been playing the linebacker position better than Leighton Vander Esch in all situations. No disrespect to LVE. I'm not talking about in years past. I'm talking about right now. Bell has been a revelation. He's been balling all year. And if you've been balling all year, you're allowed to have a bad game. Shoot, the Eagles just lost 3 games in a row, and everybody's saying that they'll bounce back. But we're not allowed to have one bad defensive performance. I look at it like this. We got our chin checked. allow the boys to respond. That's what I've been saying, because I know they will respond defensively. Because look, at the beginning of the year, if I asked you this, if I said, what is this team built on? What did the media say? What did everybody think? This is a defensive team. We want the offense to just go out there, get points, and not mess it up. Somehow within the same season, we've become an offensive team, and everybody's kind of like, what? Can the defense hold up? And that's sad, to where it's not even like we got a great defense, but sometimes they get beat. People don't think that the defense can get a stop anymore. A stop. And I think that's a shame. I think that this week, the defense has to come out and show the league just how good they are, just like they did versus Philly. Now, maybe Philly just trash. That's not even a joke. Maybe Philly's offense just ain't what it's all cracked up to be, because everybody seems to be shutting them down. So maybe I'm just wrong. But I refuse to believe, if you go back and watch that Buffalo game, that it was just Buffalo sheer will dominating us. We got them off the field 2 or 3 times. They were assisted by penalties. Our team eventually got tired. It was wet out there. I think our mental will just kind of broke by the middle of the third quarter. And I'm not saying that's okay. I'm saying that's what kind of looked like it happened. Earlier in that game, we looked like we could have went back and forth. We ain't had no trench problems earlier in the game. We ain't had no trench problems when we got them off the field. Well, yeah, that block punt, no. That play where Kirsch ran into, who was it? Was it Diggs? Kirsch ran into the receiver, and that their drive got elongated. No. When we had our offensive momentum, when we get the offsetting penalties because Zach Martin got to defend Dak Prescott, it was just kind of one of those weird days. And I'm not making excuses. I'm giving you legitimate reasons. You go back and watch the game. That's how the pendulum swung. Then you get a couple of runs that start to get broke on you, and players ain't feeling well because they're under the weather, and you like, here we go. It was a here we go type game. You know what I'm saying? But as again, it's no excuses. All I can do is say, I feel like my boys will respond. I've heard all year that Miami ain't quite Miami, and Miami don't beat no good teams. Miami not physical. Miami this, Miami that. And now that we're about to play them, it's different. It's Miami is, how you going to stop Miami? They're such an offensive juggernaut. How did Philly's defense stop Miami? Now, they did stop them with 3 offensive linemen hurt. Jalen Waddle hurt. There was a lot of things going on in Miami. I get that. We're getting a way healthier Miami. But at the end of the day, their mental psyche is the same. They don't want to get physical. We need to go out there and play physicality ball. I remember, like I said, the only defender that's different on this team is Marquise Bell. Last year, the physical dominating 49ers. Before Brock Purdy got hurt, with Brock Purdy, we went into their house and played them toe-to-toe. Physicality. Toe-to-toe. We lost to them earlier this year. It wasn't because Marquise Bell was out there. No. A lot of this is all psyche. It's all mental. If football was just a game of size, then how is Devonta Smith out there? He frail, but he get busy because he's a good player. And that's me giving props to a team I do not like. We don't have any help coming. There's no players coming. We got to do what we got to do. So our players have to dig deep. Dan Quinn, you have to dig deep. Because this is supposed to be a defensive team. And right now, all this Dan Quinn praise that we've been giving up, we got to see it. Now, I believe we will. Let me be very clear. This isn't like a hollow challenge because I'm like, yo, maybe I can motivate. Dan Quinn don't see my videos. I don't think you do. You know, this is just me telling the fan base, let our boys respond. Let Dan Quinn respond. I'm not one to bounce after a bad game. Nah. I can see, look, we got too many great, prideful people on our defense that done this at an all-pro level, a Pro Bowl level, to think that just right now it's just a wrap. I've said this plenty of times. Y'all just going to bet against Micah Parsons? Y'all think that he's just a regular old player? Micah Parsons is one of the players that should be mentioned as the best defensive football player in the world. In the world. DeMarcus Lawrence has been playing top 10 defensive linemen all year. Yes. Marquise Bell rated as a top 15 linebacker in the NFL. Yes. That's true. Deron Bland broke a pick 6 record this year. He just ain't playing no more. Stephon Gilmore was a defensive player of the year before. And we've seen him elevate his game this year. So you mean to tell me like all of these great defenders and we just completely trash. We just can't stop nobody. I refuse to believe it. I refuse to believe it. I think, as I was talking to my boy J Tuck earlier, I think this game is 100% on the defense because I know Dak is going to come out firing. I'll probably talk about Dak and them tomorrow because that's the low-hanging fruit. We don't lose back-to-back games, even though my boy Big Game James said he hate when people say that. The reason why I feel like that's true is because I feel like it's something in us that we just dig deep. We gonna dig deep. We gonna get it done. We gonna get it done. Dan Quinn's gonna come up with a better scheme, and we're gonna come out there. And if they prove me wrong, I will be the first person to come back here and say we ain't get it done. But I don't think that's the case. Look, y'all let me know in the comments, man, how y'all feel about this defense. Are y'all completely just done? Are you like, nah, the defense is a wrap? Or do you feel like we got caught slipping, we got chin checked, and we're going to respond? At least type respond in the comments. Let me know. Say we will respond or something. I'll holler.